What is going on with you, YouTube? This is Regular Dave coming at you with another video. And yeah, this is some Madden 12. For whatever reason, man, I always get entangled in these heated battles that come right down to the wire. Through the wire. Alright, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I always get involved in these battles, man. And I'm like, whenever I get one of those, I'm definitely going to bring it to y'all. I'll try to bring y'all my regular gameplays too, man. My gameplays are always going to be here, GameFace Studios, Machinima Sports. My channel, GameFace Studios, Machinima Sports. Go check those channels out to check out my gameplays. That's where they at. You're always going to see me using the Broncos, man. I'm a Bronco fan. I know they playbook, and I'm not good enough to use anybody else because I don't know their plays, but I'm barely good enough to use them. You're never going to see tips and tricks in my videos. That's just not what I do. I'm not that beast of a player. But I will bring you competitive games. And I had one, man, with the hated ones, the Raiders. Yeah, man, I got into it with them, man. It went right to the end. So we going to get into it. Yeah, man, great game. Let's get into it. I'm going to tell you, starting off, man, they start off like gangbusters. I'm not going to even lie, man. Yeah, I mean, they gave me a heavy dose of Darren McFadden, man. They crammed it down my throat to begin the game. And the Broncos had one of the worst rush defenses. Well, they were the worst rush defense in the NFL last year, I do believe. So I can't be mad at what goes on Madden. And on top of that, man, myself personally, I'm a liability on defense. Like the guy I picked, man, he's always out of place. He's always missing tackles. I just can't get that down. I guess that's going to come with time. But, man, yeah, Derek McFadden is doing his thing as he should. And just think, man, just think. Arkansas had on one team at the same time Darren McFadden, Felix Jones, and Peyton Hillis. That's crazy. They wasn't like a three-headed monster. It was like, it's different. But, man, just think how good all three NFL players that start were on one Arkansas Razorback team. But, yeah, that's his first score. I didn't do nothing, as you guys could see. And I think this is his second drive. And I'm like, man, I'm down 7-0. And this dude, I can't seem to stop him. He hit this dude wide open. I'm blitzing like a moron. And he hit this dude. He was wide open. Kevin Boss, I think he came from the New York Giants. And look at Darren McFadden doing his thing, man. You can't be mad at him. That dude is a beast. So I'm like, all right, how am I going to stop him? I still have really no idea how I'm going to stop this guy's offense. You know what I mean? As I shouldn't really, because I don't know how to play this game. But yeah, man, 14-0, catches a touchdown right in the middle of the field. I should have been there. I don't know what the hell I was doing. But I'm like, all right, man, no ifs, ands, and buts. I got to score. When you go down by more than one score, man, you normally get out your game, and I can't. I'm a running first guy. You know what I mean? John Fox is a run-first coach. I got Noshawn and Willis McGahee. And I think I should be pounding the ball. And at first I thought it was going to be a holding call, but I lucked out. It was a roughing the passer. But I didn't want to get out my game and stop running. And this game, I think, is built for players to get momentum. And when you get a couple good rushes, now every time I rush the ball, whether it's for a couple yards, man, generally he's going to fall forward. And you definitely need that to get those third downs manageable. So I like plays like that. That was a great slant, hit Brandon Lloyd. This is where the game excels, tackles and plays like that. But I hit that hole with Noshawn Marino, who I expect to have a breakout year this year. I'm hoping he'll, rush for like 1,400 yards. That might be wishful thinking, but I'm hoping so. So, I brought it to a one-score game. It's 14-7. I'm feeling good about myself, I scored on him. Now I just got to figure out how to hold him on defense. But, man, he's giving me that Darren McFadden dosage, man. He's just cramming it down my throat. I can't stop his run. I can't stop his pass. I'm tripping. I'm like, man, what's going on? So, man, we lay Darren McFadden out. He fumbles. I'm good. I'm hyped right now because I'm like, all right, I'm only down by one score, man. So now I could tie the game up. But, man, I hate this year that when there's a play that's kind of questionable, they kind of hint to you that you should challenge it because it says press left trigger to challenge it. And I'm like, man, there should be no hints. You should have to make that call on your own. So he challenged in the play, and it's overturned. So now I'm deflated because I was like, I don't know how I'm going to stop him. I just got the break I needed. And, you know what I mean, it was overturned. So that gives him new life. And there he goes, man, hitting the tight end. I think that's Kevin Boss again, who has never looked so good in his life. So I'm Brian Dawkins, man. I don't know where the hell I'm supposed to be, man. I'm blitzing. I'm playing zone. I think I need to start strafing more with the guy. But he's hitting all the open receivers, man. And this one, he has an open receiver right in the back of the end zone, but he decides to hit the guy that I'm covering, I guess because I'm covering him, and he knows I can't do nothing. And now he's up by 2 scores. And I'm like, oh, this is all bad. This is bad news. But I'm like, I got to score. So I run a little play action, which I don't think I had done all game, and I get it with Brandon Lloyd, whose spectacular catch on his game is 99 overall. He did lead the league in receiving yards last year, but I don't know. That's a bit high for him. So, man, I hit that little juke with no shine. I'm right there, and I busted up the middle a couple times, and I don't get it. It's 4th down. It's 4th down, but I had been running the ball with him, and generally he would have just got tackled, but since he got that confidence in him, he falls forward. So it's 21-14. I'm still uneasy because I'm like, man, I can't stop this dude. I've stopped him because it's the 4th quarter. I cut out a lot. But when he wants to go on a drive, man, he's been doing it. So I'm feeling good at this point. I kick it off to him, and this is like the most deflating thing of all time. You know what I mean? When you feeling good and a dude didn't score, but he brought it back to the 50. So I'm like, oh, man, he just needed a couple more yards, and it's a 2-score game again. So I'm like, all right, well, let's go ahead and stop him. But, man, that's more of McFadden. I don't know how many rush yards he had, but I eventually stopped him. So he's kicking a field goal with probably the best leg in the game, Sebastian Janikowski. It's a pretty good field goal. Whatever 38 plus 17, that's the field goal because the end zone's 10 yards and they kick it 7 yards back. So 50-something yards. I ain't good at math, whatever. But he misses it. So I'm like, yes, I have to score. It's the 4th quarter. No ifs, ands, or buts. So I hit the tight end, who I don't know who he is. And I'm always skeptical to throw to him, but he always snags it. So whatever. And I'm hitting people out the backfield. I'm running that little route. And I think people say this route is cheese. It's like, kind of cheating the game, but I need to score. I'm scoring by any means necessary right now. So I hit Demaryius Thomas, who you have to sub in. I thought he was, a starter, but you have to sub him in. And I see a little opening with Orton, so I'm like, I'm going to take it. And I press the button square to dive, but I guess he didn't get it off in time. So it's time to go. We are in the end zone. We have a tied game. I'm feeling like I'm on top of the world right now because I'm back from 2 scores. But he still has a little bit of time, which is never good, especially when I'm on defense. He has a few seconds, 29 seconds. He should have hit his tight end right down the middle, lofted it up because I saw he was open. But, oh, well, I'm happy. And he's getting it close, man. He has a lot of time. He's at the 40, but I stop him a couple of times. And he's thinking about kicking a field goal, but then he's like, man, that's too far. That's too far of a field goal. So he was going for the Hail Mary, or I think he was trying to run a screenplay right there. But now we are going into OT, overtime. What up, man? I'm feeling good. One of the most important parts about overtime is the coin flip, man. That's winning half the battle right there. If you can win the coin flip, you're good to go. And it's tails the Broncos will receive, man. I'm like through the roof right now. I'm like, all I need to do is score. I need to get down this field and score. So, boom, that little play action I like to run, and the dude is wide open. So I'm like, all right, man, this is going to be a walk in a park to at least get in field goal range. I got my boy No Sean falling forward, busting them holes. I'm feeling good right now. You know what I mean? We in overtime. I came back from, I think, the 21-7. So I thought this was going to be a touchdown, but the guy, I thought he was going to break that tackle, but he brought me down. But I'm already in field goal range at this point. So I said, you know what, I'm going to pound it up. But I don't know what my bright idea was. I was like, man, let me just go ahead and end it. Let me go to the end zone, and I take a gamble. And he should have picked that off, but he didn't. So I'm like, all right, no more gambles. Just run the ball, inch forward, get your field goal on. So I'm like, all right, man, 50 yards, that's a piece of cake. You know what I mean? That's nothing to me. So, boom, 100%. I'm feeling good. The accuracy is all right. There we go, man. It's through the uprights. Game over. I'm fist pumping. I'm going crazy. I'm fist pumping way too much for a video game. And then I'm like, what? Kick off? What the? I'm bugging right now. I'm like, I went from high to low real quick. I thought those rules were only in the playoffs. I don't know. Maybe it's playoffs rules on Madden. I don't know what to say. But, man, you cannot be more deflated than I was because I thought the game was over. Now I got to go back and play defense, which I don't know how to do. And I'm like, oh, God, here we go. Here we go. And I know this commentary is sounding a little depressing. I'm a little down on myself, but you know what? That's what it is, man. That's the emotions that you go through when you play in Madden. So I'm like, man, this dude is going to march down the field. At the minimum, he's going to get a field goal, and I got to go back on offense. So he's marching down the field, but he throws it to the number 2 draft pick overall this year, Von Miller from Texas A&M. And the game is over, man. That was a nail biter, man. Y'all know how I get down, man. Dave Diggler normally pulls it out. And I went ahead and got the victory on that. I'm going to always try to bring y'all when I get games like this. I'm always going to try to I'm always recording when I'm playing. So stay tuned for more gameplays like this. No Sean had 2 touchdowns, 17 carries. I need between 17 and 20 carries to win in Madden. And this was without doubt the play of the game, even though I thought it ended the game. Whatever, man. Somebody needs to let me know, is that the rule or not? You know what I mean? Did they change it? Is it the regular season too? But I'll get at you guys another time. Peace.